being black just started to become cool, I guess. But if you were black prior to like 2021, so around, what was it, 2015, 16, really just in general, it was a struggle to say the least. I mean, like being black was already a struggle on its own, but when you're black with all the attributes, it just makes it all worse. Like being black, you're like probably at a 65 overall. Now you add all the attributes, short, bald, no drip. We're looking at a 40 overall. I'm not gonna lie, making all these videos during Black History Month is kind of crazy, but it's all good. By the time they drop, it will be March anyway, so we're all good. But if you were just like me, you checked off all the boxes. I also had a fat gap too between my teeth, so it didn't help my cause at all. But we're gonna go through all of them. First, let's talk about being bald. If you were bald, oh my goodness. Like nothing else matters when you're bald. Like, everything else gets inhibited. Like at least if you're short but can dress, it kind of takes it all away. It distracts people away. It takes the attention away. When you're bald, nothing else matters. Everything else gets like nothing else matters. It doesn't matter what else you do. You're bald. But it ain't even totally about being bald. It's the nicknames you get with being bald. I mean, I was black. They call me Lil Bill. They call me Caillou. I'm not even white. That's just how it goes. You get all sorts of nicknames. And when I finally did get the chance to grow my hair, I was bald from like as young as I can remember till like freshman year of high school. Yeah, I had strict parents, bro. And when I was finally allowed the opportunity to grow my hair, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what style to do. Because I never had practiced. I never like took care of my hair before since I was always getting it cut anyway. So I didn't know what to do. I was adding all sorts of different products. I was picking out dry hair, sponging dry hair. I didn't know what a moisturizer was. I didn't know what any of that was. I thought hair was just supposed to grow, which in a way, I guess, yeah, but ways you're supposed to take care of it and maintain it, especially like black hair. I feel like black hair is like harder to maintain, you know what I mean? It's like more steps that go into making sure black hair is, because I don't know, it's just harder to take care of. And I finally did get it, but I had to restart about 2 or 3 times. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's all worth it just to make sure you're where you want to be. But no, it was rough to say the least, bro. I had strict African parents who, if they saw an inch of hair on your head, oh, it's over with, bro. Like, I don't know what their deal is with. 1 inch of hair ain't even long, so just imagine, they don't rock with cornrows or braids or twists or none of that, bro. I don't know what their issue is. The next one is if you can't dress. Now, the elementary school I went to, like at least that one, you could kind of get away with it because we were all wearing uniforms. Everyone was wearing the same thing anyway, so it didn't matter about who was wearing the newest thing. You know what I mean? Everyone was wearing the same thing anyway. But so you didn't really get clowned unless you did get clowned for your shoes though. I remember I had these light up Skechers or whatever, 4th grade. I thought I was a man. I wore them. Someone made fun of them. They never left the closet again, bro. It's amazing how much effect, like, especially that young people have around you. Whatever they say goes, bro. I never wanted to wear them again just because one person made fun of them. I left them in the closet. They rotted and just got tight on me. I did not care. But then when I got older, so like middle school, I had my fits picked out by my parents. And bro, nothing ever correlated, nothing ever matched. I mean, you think a blind person was picking my fits for me, bro. It was bad. There's a point where they would pick my clothes and then I would like pick what I wanted and just stuff it in my book bag. And then I get to school and like change in the bathroom or in homeroom before the day started, wear what I actually wanted to, wear that all day. And then I come home, I didn't have to worry about changing again because I was the first one home anyway after school. So I just get home, put house clothes on, whatever, and just rinse and repeat the cycle every day. But it got to that point, I was like, no, I couldn't do it. I did it the whole 6th grade, and then maybe 7th grade too. And then 8th grade, I was like, nah, I can't keep doing this, bro. I gotta put my own. So I started just stuffing my own, fits in my bag. I don't know why it wouldn't let me in my own clothes. You get no type of freedom when you're in an African household, bro. I'm trying to tell you. And then at the time, it was bad, but you don't really realize how bad something is until I guess you improve on it, and then you look back on like old pictures or whatever and say that was really bad. That was really bad. Now the final point of all this, it was being short. Now, like I said, being short wasn't the worst thing. If you had things that were positive, you could like balance it out. It wasn't the worst thing. But I'm like 6'5", 6'6".
Stop the cap.
But this wasn't before I had a growth spurt. Like I was really short in elementary, middle school, when I was younger. I was really short. Girls were typically taller than me. And when you're that young, I guess you don't really think about it, but yeah, you probably want some height because you're looking at the older kids. The older kids are taller, and to you, older kids are like a lot more intimidating. Like when you're a 3rd grader, 5th graders are like really intimidating until you reach 5th grade, and they're like, what? These kids were scary, bro. Being short was hard. You were a target easily. Like I said, you were intimidated by people who were remotely taller than you. You just want some height, but it all worked out in the end. For me, at least, drank my Pediasure, ate my vegetables. I made it out. But some of them boys back there, they weren't too lucky. I'm not gonna name no names, but some of them boys stayed the same height. So maybe they marry a tall wife, have some tall kids. I don't know. But anyway, that gonna wrap up this one. This is a kind of a short one. I don't know. I don't want to talk too long, but yeah. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, this, that, and the third, and I'll see you next one.